Okay. You did your thing with Afion. He gave you the history. Bro, I just remember something. There was something that happened where Avion was on stage and a lady ran up.
He went viral.
It went viral, bro. What happened?
It went viral.
There was a picture of you, like you had your head around the corner.
So the weekend I worked with Avion, this is I love this story too. So the weekend I worked with Avion was the weekend he went viral.
The Straight Foolishness Comedy Show. The world's #1 clean comedy show.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
The Straight Foolishness Comedy Show podcast with your host, Curtis Bateman.
Yo. Want to make sure y'all can hear me. Yo. What is going on? Listen, we are back. What's going on, man? It's your boy Curtis Bateman here, man. Yo, do me one more time. Do me a favor and share. Listen, I'm about to bring my brother in, man. Really good guy, really good friend of mine. We've been rocking for a couple years now. For a couple years now, man. This is my homie. This is my homeboy, and listen, man. Without further ado, man, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and read. I know he know that he don't know I got this. Okay, he don't know I got this piece of paper that I prepared, because I want to make sure I bring this brother in the right way. You feel me? I just want to make sure I bring him in. I want to make sure I bring him in. I want to make sure I bring him in the right way, man. I know I'm super extra. But check this out. Listen, man. He's hosted R&B Bingo. Is produced by T Gaines. He's worked with Pepsi and McDonald's. He has shared the stage with comedians such as Chris Brown, Hoagie Lowdown, Avian Crockett, Tony Baker, and so many more that I don't even know. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together right now. Show me, give me them love emojis. Give me them love emojis. Put your hands together right now for my brother, Mr. Tim Allen. Tim, what's going on with your boss, man? Take yourself off mute.
How you gonna put me on mute and tell me to take myself off?
Hey, man, take yourself off mute, man. Take yourself off mute, man.
Anyway.
What's going on, man? Welcome to the Str8foolishness podcast, brother.
What's up, man? You gonna be mad at yourself. You said I opened up for Chris Brown. I shocked myself. I said,
hold on, you did it?
You said,
I thought you did. Okay, my bad.
Hoagie Lowdown. When you said Chris Brown, I said
that. Hey, boy, you would have came back with that spirit like this, though.
I'm home, but
hey!
Man, I wish, but that's it.
Hey, man. Man, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show, man.
Man, happy to be here, man. Thank y'all for having me. Yeah, man, let's get into it. What's happening?
Bro, man, let the people know who you are, man. Let them know what's going on with you and what you got going on, brother.
All right, so well, for those that don't know me, my name is Tim Allen, aka the Black Tim Allen. Yes, I know all the home improvement jokes. That ain't me. All right, this man stole my career before I got here. Man, I'm a host, comedian, actor, soon to be producer, writer, and all that. We're gonna get to that. But
okay.
Man, we out here just grinding, man. I'm excited, man, just to just be back outside doing what my passion is, what I am called to do. And man, just start the conversation, man. We here. Let's go.
That's what's going on, man. That's what's up. So what I want to say, man, I've been watching you grind, bro. Like me and you, people don't even know, man. Me and you, we met when I first started doing the Str8foolishness. It was just like Str8foolishness. It was myself, dude named Paul Brown, dude named Philo, and we came together as a group, right?
The Avengers. You trying to be the Avengers?
Yeah, we were doing our thing for a minute.
Trying, we did.
Yeah, bro. We were doing our thing for a minute.
You was the Nick. What What's Samuel L. Jackson the Marvel?
Whoever he is, that's who I was.
He was him. He was the one in every movie. You was about to recruit. I got you.
Yo, man, and bro, I think, bro, we had a little run. I definitely wish it went a little. We had a little run, you know, little situation happened. But man, I've watched you grow, bro. From like where you started. Now you do clean comedy like I do, right? So I know you do, but so tell the people the reason why you do clean comedy as stand up.
That's what I was exposed to first. I was exposed to, shout out to my uncle, I was exposed to Sinbad. And then furthermore, Marcus D. Wiley. So that was my early influence as far as stand-up goes. So it wasn't intentional to say I want to necessarily be clean. It was just, I was familiar with their background, knowing that they came from a Christian family, conservative, if you will. I think that's a harsh word, but conservative family.
Okay.
We're tight-knit. There was a standard in the house. I wasn't exposed to your contemporary comedians of your priors, you know, Fox, Murphy.
You're secular. You're secular.
I said contemporary, brother.
You're secular. Let's keep it 1,000.
It's contemporary, brother. Come on, man. We brands. We got
okay.
But contemporary, you know.
But you know, in the church, it's secular. So that's what I'm saying.
Man, I grew up churchy, so those were the influences that I was exposed to first. So I didn't think nothing of it to label myself as a clean comic. I just knew that I wanted a show where if I'm doing something, I want my mom to appreciate it. I want her to come see it, you know. And my father, I wanted my father to be pleased with what I went off and did. So, because I got into this late. I wasn't 15 getting into this game. I didn't start off until I got to college.
Gotcha. And as far as I remember, when I first met you, I think you were doing stuff. We used to have a place called, the 3-in-1 Cafe?
I think you came around. You was in the same season, bro. Because I remember when I met you, it was Philo. Let me tell you people I met. So it was me. I knew Philo first. Shout out to Philo. I met Philo first because of 3-in-1 connections. We met in Tampa at the I'm gonna get in the Flavor Fest.
Got you.
That's how I met Philo.
I never knew that, bro.
Say it again.
I said I never knew that. I never knew y'all met there.
Yeah, that's how I met. That's how I really clicked. I knew him of his career and his rap group and everything.
Understood.
But I really connected with him when he was in Tampa. So boom, that relationship built there. So months or so later, he's like, "Yo, you're funny. I got these friends, man. I want to kind of bring you in this circle. We're trying to do this comedy group thing. Boom. So we meet up at. Well, he sets the date up. I think I drove with Philo at the time.
Yeah.
And I was working at Chipotle. Keep that in mind, people. So I'm working at Chipotle.
Facts.
I get off work. I meet with Philo. He's like, "Oh, we're finna drive to Paul house." And I'm like, "Okay, who's this Paul guy? I meet this guy named Curtis. He does a little stand up. Boom. Get to the crib. People, I want you to understand. This was Curtis's first introduction to me. He never even told me, "Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Curtis." The brother's first and only concern was, "Dang, bro, you got Chipotle and bring me none?"
Bro, I'm still, bro.
My name is Tim. No business talk.
Nah, bro.
No business. This man avoided all business and straight to, "You bought a bowl and not me?" Come on, dog. We ain't even here for that. Like,
bro, hey, when you were talking, I was thinking like, bro, I ain't get no bowl.
Bro, I'm not even concerned. I'm just like, man, I just got off work. Like, I ain't even worrying about the meetings. I'm thinking this is 7 o'clock meeting type. Like, y'all should have been in. Yeah, that was funny, man. I said this, and I always remember that. Like, that was the first encounter with me, man. You was worrying about my bowl. I was like,
yeah, bro, because I mean, hey, bro, because you had brought Philo a bowl, but it was cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was.
I ain't bring that man no bowl.
You brought somebody a bro. You didn't have no bowl that night. You didn't eat no bowl. I promise to God. This Curtis, bro. This Curtis Bateman and fool. The reason I was mad is because you brought Philo to bowl.
All right. See, now we trying to adjust the story.
No, bro, I'm telling the truth.
What's the formula? I call Philo tomorrow.
Bro, it's my testimony.
You might be right. I saying you wrong.
I might be right.
I thought it was my food.
My testimony, bro.
That don't sound like me.
Well, bro, you came down. You actually, but you came down. You moved down here to Orlando from Jacksonville.
Duval, yes sir.
Okay. Born and raised, man, and born and raised in Jacksonville. You know, we're gonna transition real quick, man. What happened to the Jags, bro? Like, since we tapping in on Jacksonville for a minute, what happened with them Jags, bro?
Ain't nothing happened, bro. We accomplished what people didn't anticipate us to do. Ain't nothing happened. We weren't supposed to be there.
Okay.
They shocked the city. We shocked the league. We shocked the organization. Like, we weren't supposed to be in the conversation. So ain't nothing else to really say. If we shocked them at this level, where it was everyone's first year together, I'm excited for next year. Ain't nothing really to say. I'm not bragging. I'm humble. We've been working this organization, man. We've been trying to build for years to get the right pieces. So I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting. I'm just excited for what we can do with this. Let's be good stewards of what we got in front of us, and let's see what can happen. That's what I'm saying. We weren't supposed to make the playoffs.
Listen. I ain't gonna flex on y'all because my team was trash anyway. Broncos, Russell Wilson. Hey, I'm keeping 1,000. He stole from us. You feel me? Robbed us. Stole. Yeah, bro. He ain't even try.
Okay.
So, bro, like I talked about it, man. So you opened up, man. You opened up for some big names. Bro, I did, bro. You right. Bro, I wrote Chris Brown on here, bro. God, dog.
You wrote it?
Yo, bro, I typed Chris Brown.
Bro, it's different being nervous than saying it, but you wrote it?
Yo, bro, what's his name? What's bro name? I want to shout him out.
Yeah, stop, man. Listen, man. Chris Paul and
Chris
Paul down from the Tom on the Morning Show.
Yeah, my bad, man. Shout out, man.
Actually, that was almost to the date 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It popped up this week on my timeline. It's about, I think, almost to the date. This is Valentine's Day. It was my first time working with them. About 3 years ago, 2019.
Okay.
I want to. So yeah, almost to the date. That was a great night.
Man, that's dope, man. I actually went to the Improv, and I saw that show, man, to see you, at the Improv for the first time. Not the first time.
No. That wasn't Improv when I first worked with them. So the relationship with that was
okay.
I got booked. Shout out to Miss Str8foolishness. She was on a campaign run, and this is when I knew clean comedy was a lane.
Okay.
Shout out to Miss Str8foolishness. She called and put the word out. She was looking for local talent, just to do a show to kind of bring the community together. It was a Valentine's Day theme, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it just progressed. Like, she called me probably that November, and then she told me a certain lineup. Then December came, and she was like, "Oh, let me switch it up this way." So finally, January, we're about 2 months from the event. I've been had it penciled. She hits me with the call. She was like, "Yo, I'm bringing a bigger name for the show."
Okay.
I said, "Oh, I don't know who think of." Okay, well, that's cool. And she was like, "Yeah, but I'm cutting your time because I was supposed to be like a headliner type feature."
I remember that.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So every month, my time getting lower and lower. Yo, I'm gonna cut you to like a half hour. December comes, I'm gonna cut you to about 25 minutes. January, okay, listen. So 10 minutes. I got a bigger name. I said, "Ooh, who you got?" And she told me who it was. It was the Chris Paul and Huggy Lowdown from Tom on the Show. And man, it was Valentine's Day theme. It was down, I think the Majestic Center, right on John Young. If I'm saying his name. So suited up, dude. I'm talking about it was just amazing. And she was just impressed because, again, the stipulations of it was she was looking for talent that was clean.
Understood.
That was able to be presentable to everybody, and etc. And so to meet that standard, man, I didn't know that was, like I said, a lane to reach. And then once I was able to perform in front of them guys, shout out to them. They sat, or not even sat, they stood in the back, hey, watch my set. I only did about 10 minutes. I pushed them 10 because they told me 8. They told me I pushed 10.
Okay.
And respectfully, I just lost track of time. Young comic. And yeah, you know how they go, man.
Did anybody have a light?
What even light? It was just them trusting me with the time. Like I'm rocking, the crowd loving it.
Gotcha.
My closer was longer than what I'm a storyteller, so my closer was a little longer than I expected.
Understood.
But man, I rocked it, man, and they showed love. Shout out to their manager, Pops. He showed love. And I got to work with them again in what you were talking about in improv.
Gotcha.
When they came back that September. So I worked with them in February, got the call back to rock with them 2 shows on a Sunday at the improv in September.
Most definitely.
So,
now,
good people, man.
Now, me and you, bro, we both do clean comedy. Do you feel like at all that you get put into a box because you don't curse? Do you feel like there's shows and stuff? Because I'm gonna tell you, I do at times. I feel like there's not one comic, I'm gonna be honest with you, that I don't feel like I can open up for. I believe that my type of comedy is universal. Do you feel personally that you ever put in the box or miss opportunities strictly because of your type of material?
No. I felt like confident wise, I've put myself in a box or limited myself trying to compare, but as far as opportunities and what I've been able to do, I don't think people worrying about it. I think you shock people more just by being you and presenting you. Mm-hmm. I remember when I used to do certain rooms and just pop up, do a little guest spot. And people, you would walk off the stage or platform, and then you could hear them uttering like, "Yo, he can cuss."
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You don't say that. You just walk off, but you can hear it like, "Yo, he was kind of good. He can cuss though. He ain't nothing wrong with it." Mm-hmm. I was really good. So I realized that, man, I am in some ways a breath of fresh air, like. And I started to own that. Like, man, it could be a secular crowd. Y'all can be used to whatever jokes, dirty jokes, what have you. I'm up here, I'm being me, I'm talking about what I know. And it's just been proving itself time and time again that people, they appreciate that. They appreciate that other angle of comedy.
How do you feel? Because I know I do a lot of churches. Do you feel like that you always well received with what you do, like just in church in general, or do you feel like it's a little bit different in church and outside?
What you mean well received in church?
Okay, let me give you an example. One thing I've had to learn is to always read the room and to understand. Because bro, I done went into churches, and it's not that the No, bro, I kill. Think about it, bro. And not even being boastful about it. You would kill, but listen. Shout out to my pastor, Dr. Jerry Owens. There was a situation, bro. I got the joke I do, talk about Black Jesus, and did the joke, room, laugh, had a great time. Pastor come back, hit me up a couple days later. Hey, they said X, Y, and Z. They felt like you were being disrespectful towards Jesus. This and that. I'm like, bro, whole room laugh, dying. You feel me? So I feel like sometimes I don't want to say I'm boxed in, but I have to understand the room that I'm in. But I took that same joke to the next church, dying laughing New Year's Eve. See what I'm saying? So it's sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. I'm just telling you what I personally been through. You feel me? Like it was like, bro, what's good? But I feel like, bro, like, all right, let's keep it 1,000. Some people not gonna laugh about certain things strictly because we in church, but we'll go home and watch a comedy series or whatever be, cursing whatever, and be hollering. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I just learned to be me.
I get the question now. I get the question. So that's okay. So I know you. you do this on purpose. You put yourself in this little corner.
Bro, you
strategically, no. You strategically write and see how far you can go in that space, which is great. Come on, man. We call each other all the time about new jokes. And I tell
bro, I don't be talking about nothing crazy though, bro. I keep it.
No,
you know
crazy, but again, in the field that you're in, when you say a church room,
okay,
there's been some calls. Me and you both, and we like,
yeah,
you twisted it, and you still like, for people that don't know, Kurt gonna do it regardless. He can call me, ask my opinion. It don't matter. So I can agree with it, disagree with it. It's gonna be like. I said, man, I don't know about that one. All right, I'm gonna try this weekend and see how I tell you. Call me for it. You gonna do it. You just do it.
Hey, bro, I be trying to be free, bro.
Free, and that's what you get. So you get emails from pastors talking about be free all you want to. So to answer your question, I've never been that way or got that response because I'm really more. And I've been aware of myself with this self-inflicted comedy. Mm-hmm. Even with being a clean comic, I don't gear my jokes towards church. I don't do that.
Fact.
My jokes might be church influenced. Like the biggest compliment I can get from someone is they see the God in me, or they see the church influence in me while on stage. I might not even talk about church, but my cadence or the way I reference something or what have you, it reminds them of like, oh, you gotta be a church boy. And I can appreciate that more because I sowed a seed, or people can kind of read between the lines and just take what they want to take from the material. But I don't really do material on like scripture based stuff and like flip it and again, that's a lane that you more fearless than I am.
Yeah, more. Well, bro, I don't want to say fearless, bro. Hey, you gonna come to this work,
bro? I'm not gonna waste my time tapping into certain topics because it's like
you gonna get Curtis Bateman, you go get this work. Go ahead.
But to my point, I mean, I'm gonna add this. I mean, even when it comes to certain perspectives, like now that I've been in it. Mm-hmm. I'm more like susceptible now where I'm like, okay, I can talk about this now. And you know what I say this, like being married now, right? There's certain things that there's jokes that I'm writing and working on that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get away with this in church. Because y'all not ready for this conversation. Now, if I know the pastor, or the leader, and he's that type of edgy person, and I know the environment, I'll rock.
Hey man, listen, shout out to your pastor. Shout out to your pastor, man. Your pastor love comedy. I mean, he let us come do a couple shows, and man, he was always open. And bro, like, hey, bro, we have some edgy stuff at times, edgy topics, whatever. And your pastor always wrote, laugh.
First of all,
laugh, man.
This brother allowed us to come in the show, and we only brought like 10 people.
Facts.
And half of them was your family and my family.
Facts, bro.
The whole main sanctuary. We ain't fellowship hall. He had us in the main sanctuary. We had to pay the sound man production team. And I think we only backed out 10, 15 people.
I'm gonna say both sides probably about 20. Hey, bro. Hey, it was our beginning. Hey, you feel me?
No, that was 20 on your side. 40 is too much.
No. 10 and 10. 10 and 10. Get it right. 10 over here. 10 over here.
If that.
Hey, bro.
That's being nice.
It was a humble beginning. Hey,
man, shout out to Experience Christian Center, man.
Yes, sir.
My leader is the Bishop, Dr. Darius Kerrison. And man, I'm just thankful for opportunities that he set me up with. Even in our career, man. I mean, Str8foolishness supported Str8foolishness. There was moments where like I didn't support myself, and this brother like just kind of fed me opportunities that lifted me up to say keep grinding, keep working. From actually working with Marcus Wiley, like I got to work with one of my heroes, comedy heroes. I don't want to say idols, but one of my comedy heroes was because of Experience Christian Center with Bishop McCray. So I'm forever thankful for that. Like, I would have never met him and had a relationship with him with Marcus Wiley had it not been for that opportunity to bring him up on stage with you guys. I don't know if you remember that. That was the first for us. We were promoting our April 1st show. One only show that Str8foolishness did was in front of lineup. So that's how I met Tight Mike. Shout out to Tight Mike, and Marcus Wiley was the headliner, and we opened up for the show. And man, they was excited, bro. Like we were talking about, man.
Hey, listen. So people who don't know, the Str8foolishness comedy show. At one time, man, it was a group. It was what I say, 4 of us. And man, when I tell you we had a chemistry, it was off the chain. It was like I want to say it's like Saturday Night Live a little bit, but it was something similar to that. And Tim, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I want to do it again. I want to do it in a different way. You feel me? I want to do it in a different way. And I'm honestly, bro, talking to you now, I'm looking maybe like September, brother, to relaunch it, bro. Because I know we got games, we got all kind of stuff that we can incorporate and do. And like, bro, it was definitely a great night, man. We packed out. Like the facility was called what? 3-in-1 Cafe. Bro, we were the first people to pack that joke out. That people standing on the wall. So, hey, we definitely made history in Orlando that night.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm talking about, to add to what you're saying, the feel of the show, it wasn't even like a wild and out thing because you got teams. We're talking about four people bringing in different elements from live sketches, and then you're throwing in on top of that the sketches that we did online. So those that were missing the online skits, promote that, and then come back with a little live event. And it was interactive. Like one of our sketches, I don't want to give it away, but one of our, we'll bring that. But it was like we were in the audience. So the sketch was happening, but it was like we were in the audience. I don't know how to describe it without giving it away, but it was just so dope that we came together collectively and made that happen. To where people knew me because of that. Like the group, man, people talk about comedy for me, man. This is what kind of got my roots into it because people identified me. Like I'm at work at the time, I was at condos. I bet in the mall, bro. Like international. Crazy. The city throws and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they move through all this like in the mall. So you can see anybody, but for someone to like 1 or 2 times, like they see me, like I know you.
Bro,
I know you.
When I worked when I worked at FedEx, and we did the first show, bro, I didn't know everybody, bro. I worked at FedEx office. Shout out FedEx office. I was there for 12 years. There you go. Shout out FedEx office. I'm gold now.
All right.
Listen, 12 years ago, bro. This lady came in after the show. She said, "It's me, Chicago. It's me." Because it was a reference about Chicago somewhere in the show. And we said something. And bro, like, she told the whole story. Like, my boss, like, shout out John, man. She was like, "No, you didn't come to the show. Oh, you missed it." So, bro, everybody, all the employees in the place, they were looking crazy like, "Dang, we missed it." So, like, it was great to have that hype. You know what I'm saying?
I still know. I don't know which one it was that did this. I was at Chipotle. On the burrito line. So I'm joking this talking about what kind of choice of meat. Beans, rice. I'm on the line, somebody walked in. "Oh, to the island, Str8foolishness, bro. Yo, it's really you." I'm in uniform, dog.
Celebrity.
I don't even want to go out like this. If I was famous, right? Like, don't film me at work, bro. Like, catch me outside somewhere in normal clothes. I'm in uniform with a burrito in my left hand. Oh, you. The soul out comedian. Oh, bro, come on, dog.
Hey, bro. Hey, man, shout out to everybody, man, who to support us. For real, man. Shout out to Linworth. Linworth McKenzie on the line. What's up, Lynn? Shout out Pure Mike Clothing. We appreciate you, man. Listen, Tim, you to work, like you said, man, you to work with Marcus Wiley. And I was happy with you, man. I think it was last year, man. You worked with a comedian by the name of Avion Crockett, correct?
Avion, yes, sir.
Avion, man. Tell us, man, you got to travel the world a little bit, man. Let us know how it was to tour, bro.
I ain't travel the world. Let me tell you.
Yes, you did, bro.
Anyway, so all right. So I work with Young Crockett. Shout out to Kim Miller. As you know, if you're here in the Orlando area in the comic, you want that cosign. We do work for opening acts, hosting gigs, that come through the city because these are the big names that come by. So, to make a long story short, I got a good call from Kim Miller, and he was like, "Yo, I want you to. Are you open? Because how you gonna tell you? Are you available on these days?" And I was like, you say yes, no, I'm busy, blah blah blah. So he gave me the weekend. He was like, "Yo, this weekend are you open for da 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 da?" I say, yeah, I'm cool to do it. All right, cool. You gonna be with Avion Crockett hosting? I'm like, wait. Like Avion, like the Avion Crockett.
Yes, sir.
I got Carl Key. I'm not mistaken. I'm like, yo, you really mean like the Avion Crockett? Yeah, man, they need a weekend host. Da, 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 da. And so I said, yo, all right. So I do the show. I believe it was like that September, and I do the show. I think it was like, I forgot how many shows we did. We did like double up. It was like Friday, Saturday, maybe one Sunday, something like that. So we do the shows, and I'm in the green room. This was beyond me because most headliners, especially of his caliber, that's been in Hollywood, has a resume, just like been in the industry for years. They don't really typically like sort you. They don't really watch your stuff. They don't.
Gotcha.
And so his feature was Brandon, man. Shout out to Brandon from All That Digital. He was the feature act, and we would chop it up. We would talk, and he said, "Yo, I got on stage, and I was getting off." He said, "Man, Afion, Brandon, this is Brandon talking to me." Brandon said, "Man, Afion loved your set, bro." I said, "He saw me?" Yeah, man, he loved your set. I was like, "Yeah, he walked off, and he did his set."
Yeah.
I said, ain't no way. But Brandon has with me, man. Ain't no way. But sure enough, like, if y'all not really in the green room, and at this point, this was like kind of outside of COVID, so if y'all had the mask up, beanie hat on, you kind of just like scoping the stage. I mean, scoping the room. And he goes on, I bring him up, we talk, and fast forward, man, after the show, I think the first or second show. He say, man, like, but great job. It's Avion talking to me. Great job. I was like, what? I said, man, yeah, I know he was watching. He's like, oh yeah, I try to watch everybody like that we work with in these cities and try to show love and give critiques. But he was like, man, I really don't have a critique for you. Like, I'm trying to give advice, but man, your set was tight, it was crisp. Even Brandon was tagging in like, yeah, bro, like, back there like, no, this dude can't. And so after I think the last night, Afion asked me, he said, man, have you been moving? Like, have you kind of really been bouncing around? And I told him, I said, no, I just kind of worked the Florida circuit. Nothing too crazy. I've been out of state a couple times. And he was like, man, I want to bring you on with me, man. Like, let's do some dates. Yeah, he said, man, let's do some dates. He gave me his management information. He said, send the information to this number. He got two phones, so I'm like, he gave me his business phone. So I hit the line up. His management was on the line, and man, we ended up going to Jacksonville, man.
Okay, that's the home. That's home base though. That's home base.
Right. And I was just super excited. Those were like the November days.
Okay.
I worked with him in September in Orlando, and I think November. And I was so I went out there, and we were there for, it was like Veterans Weekend. So we were there like from Thursday to Sunday. It was like one show Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday.
Okay. You did your thing with Afion. He gave you the history. Bruh, I just remember something. There was something that happened where Afion was on stage and a lady ran up.
He went viral.
It went viral, bro. What happened?
It went viral.
There was a picture of you, like you had your head around the corner.
So the weekend I worked with Afion, this is I love this story too. So the weekend I worked with Afion was the weekend he went viral. So I'm getting the entire Hollywood experience.
God, dog.
People think like when you go viral, you see it instantly. It's like you kind of get like, so he's like famous enough to get the phone call. So boom, it was man, my parents showed up to this show. This was the early show that Friday. So we did this show Thursday night. It was Veterans Day. It was a holiday, so nobody really popped up. It was a low night. Friday 7:30 show. My parents showed up, and I'm gonna just say this. It's a funny show to me. Avion, for those who know. So to answer your question earlier, he ain't come. So you say, have you ever felt like, this and that, etc.? It's like, nah, like, I feel comfortable where I'm at, but how people perceive one or the other is hilarious because people that like clean comedy and want to follow, they gotta understand who I'm with. Might not be clean.
Understood.
So don't follow every show I'm on. Don't look at me like, hey man, I want to show who I work with. Like I'm in, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And so long story short, bro, the lady, bro, so my parents was at the show. My parents walked out on Avion, his set, like probably about 5 minutes in. He opened this show with sex jokes.
Oh. They got up and walked out?
Bro, my parents came to the show. They saw my set. They sat through Brandon's set. And they freaking left after Avion.
Oh. God, dog.
Because he was talking about how sexually active you are after quarantine. So he was going through all like how you are in quarantine by yourself sexually. Dude, all right, so fed up. So he does the joke. He goes through his set. Again, this is a 7:30 show.
Understood.
If you know anything, 7:30, people not even drinking at this point. Like this the pregame show. This is the date night. Take the ladies to the show. Then y'all go somewhere after. Then y'all do what y'all do. So ain't supposed to be no turn up at the 7:30 show. So my parents walked out. He probably about 30 minutes, probably about 20 minutes in. He goes to another group of sex jokes about couples, and man, the lady, she threw you off because the white lady, the Karen, I thought she was trying to go to the bathroom. So if you're on stage, I'm on the side, I'm watching, and the lady, you see her like climbing on the stage, but you could think she's drunk, but then at the same time, I'm like, she's probably just trying to go around because how the stage is.
Yeah,
the seats is right up on the stage.
So they don't have no security at the comedy club at all.
No, so insider. I don't think I'm overstepping with this. He had just fired his security the weekend before. Because I met him in Orlando. I said, yo, where's your boy? Whatever. I said, all right. So for this to happen the weekend after, I'm like, whoa, you need this.
Hey, if I was a security dude, I'd be at home like, yeah, you get.
Hey, man, business is business. But with the the irony of that is literally he had security in Orlando and went to Jacksonville, and this was like the next stop right after they let the guy go. So boom, we think again. It's happening in real time, so you're not really thinking.
Yeah.
And this lady, and you think she's going around. She's just drunk. So don't do another. She stands on stage when she gets her footing right. She stands on stage and her hands is like begging this man, like just walking up to Avion. And she get to talking, man, and he had to stop the show. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, "You're offending the people. You can't keep talking like this. You're offending everybody in the room." And and that's the moment. So if you look on the I'm talking about Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, like every mainstream, we went viral, bro. Like legit viral. I don't care what people say. We went viral,
bro. I woke up to it. So like, you know how you wake up in the morning and you like just see something on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like using on Facebook.
Ain't you? Bro, I was right in the video.
I see in your head. I see that's Tim. That's Tim right there.
Bro, people sending me still shots and circling me in the corner like, hey, it is you. It is you.
Hey, I woke my wife up. Look,
Bruh, I got dragged because as a host, I'm not security. Let me get out of the way. And it's a white woman. So as a black man, I don't know how to approach a white woman in this scenario. So I'm like, I don't know whether the push on stage, do I grab you, do I shake it? Like I can't. So what they don't see is this is what the video don't show you. See, you always gotta ask people who's there.
Okay.
I'm peeping behind the stage, and I'm like, Avion, you good? You Avion. But he's talking over this, so he's like kind of making a moment. As he's talking, you see me. I'm trying to like, you don't sit on camera, but in real time, I'm legit trying to get his attention. Like, bro, you want me to get her? Like, you want me to come try to grab her and escort her? Like, what you want me to do? And man, he doesn't. He's just in his moment as a great comedian. He's making a moment out of it. Cracking jokes about it. Thankfully, the club finally came and grabbed her. The appointed white people came and got her.
The appointed white people.
Yeah, people in the right standings.
The appointed.
Hey, a black man talking about I'm the host tonight. Grabbing a white woman ain't going anywhere.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You gotta take it old school. Next time that happen, 2 words: stranger danger. Stranger danger.
Next time it happen, I'm just, I did what I did, man. He the professional. You do what you do, man. I'm not telling you what's funny is he dragged me, like roasted me for about 5 minutes after the joke, after she got escorted out. He's like, Brandon, Tim, where were you guys? Like, y'all with me. Like, y'all wouldn't even check it for me. And I'm literally on the side of the stage, like, eating all the jokes. Like, he created about 20 minutes outside of the original show.
For real?
And what's funny is, I'm going to add to that. So we had the late night show. It was like a 10 o'clock show after that. But we did a news run. So that was Friday night. So for the Saturday shows, we had a news run. This is already scheduled. And man, again, I was just blessed enough. He took me with him and Brandon, to go out there and do the news interviews at the actual local station, promoting the show, the Comedy Club. But outside of him doing that, the video went so viral that the club called his management and was like, "Yo, y'all are selling tickets so fast. We don't know what, and we're trying to tell people to come to the second show that Saturday." So people were trying to get the early show because of this. And then they had to force people to get the late night show as an alternative. So both shows, that was Friday night at 7:30. The late night show that Friday. But Saturday, both shows, darn near sold out. Darn near sold out, man. And the energy in the room was just, anticipation was just ready to rock and support. So, hey man, all publicity ain't bad publicity. Learn how to flip it to your favor. People were fans of Afion in that moment. He handled it great.
And bro, like you say, man, it's a learning experience. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listening to you talk, I don't know if you ever thought about, but bro, putting that a part of your set one day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not something you want to do now, but like, hey, bro, I was looking around the corner. You know what I'm saying? You know how we can take anything and we can flip it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna tell you this too, Kurt. Like, there's certain platforms, right? Like Chris Paul had the lowdown taught me this. Certain stories are for like your media, and then certain stories and jokes are for the stage. And I took that with me because he was like, if you invite someone on the radio, he's them talking to me, right? They were like, when you invite a guest on the radio, he still has to entertain. She still has to entertain. So what are you going to talk about? So if you notice now, ever since they told me this, I noticed if you notice certain celebrities, if they're promoting something on different late night shows, news outlets, etc., it's typically the same story over and over.
Yeah.
Why? Because it might be your first time. If you're not a super fan, it might be your first time watching me on Good Morning America. But then if I go on Jimmy Fallon, and do the same story here. It's your first time seeing it there. And if I go on this
That's true.
private independent YouTube show at the premiere, it's your first time hearing it there. And so you have to differentiate, certain platform stories. So it's something that I hold dear to me. So I'm cool with what you're saying, like doing or saying the story, putting it out there. It's a great experience. I love it. But man, I think it's a great talk show point. Or whatever. Growing up in the industry or being exposed to that lane, it was hilarious to me because I experienced everything that weekend that you could possibly experience, like sold out show, going viral,
It's crazy.
like things that you wouldn't have thought I was doing a regular week. I'm in my hometown, so people from my home city showing up to the show. It was just like I sold out of merch, bro. Listen, I sold out of merch that weekend. I didn't have enough shirts for the weekend. I sold out Friday.
I know, cause you called Straight Customs Apparel Printing. Want to go ahead and shout us out? You called, you called me for the reload. Hey man, real quick. I want to go.
I just let you. Come on, man, don't do me like that.
You called me for the reload, bro. I had you, bro. I had you.
Well, in contrast to what you're saying, yes, because I was supposed to do other cities, and due to things out of my control and management, it didn't line up that way. So yes, shout out to Straight Customs and Apparel, Straight Customs USA on Instagram. If I'm not mistaken.
Hey, all right. Appreciate you, bro.
I did. I was supposed to do other cities. I was, and again, the whole process, I don't regret anything. I just learned so much from business aspect to what the comic looks for, headliner looks for, right? With ticket sales. Like I remember the first night, he was kind of like, he wasn't mad at nothing, but he was just like, damn, this was. Like they look for someone. People. So I'll say this and that. If a comic or an artist, your favorite artist, doesn't come to your city, that means your city did not support the artist. It's not on the artist to say, "Oh, I don't like that city. I want to go there." Stop. If an artist chooses and they go on tour and they say, "Okay, I'm no longer coming to this city," that's because the city did not support it.
It's a reason why.
There's a reason behind the madness. It's nothing personal. The artist does not hate the city, or is nothing strategic. That means that they maybe tried it before, and at that level, it didn't work. They might double back on it, but from a Curtis's standpoint, right? If you throw on a Straight Foolishness comedy show in Tallahassee, and Tallahassee does not support, then brother, you're scarred. So don't expect Straight Foolishness comedy show 3 years after being blown up and getting its rightful exposure. Now you're like, why you coming to Tallahassee? Where he at?
I didn't see y'all.
And y'all did nothing.
Yeah. Hey, but bro, real quick, man, we need to pay some bills. Hey, we're gonna go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey, how you doing? Curtis with Straight Customs Apparel and Printing here. Hey, I just want to stop by really quick to let you know about our $7.25 t-shirt. Yes, $7.25. The minimum for the t-shirts are only 50 t-shirts. And if you got bigger sizes, it's only $1 more for those t-shirts. Listen, this is exactly what you're going to get. A one-color t-shirt with your logo or your wording on the t-shirt. Exactly like this. Listen, you may have a birthday coming up, girls trip. Listen, family reunions coming up, graduations. Listen, only $7.25 a piece. You can go back if you're an artist and you want to sell merchandise. You can go back and sell these t-shirts and make you some more money off of it. Listen, Straight Customs Apparel and Printing is here to help you out. Call us today and let us take care of your printing needs.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Straight Foolishness TV. The Str8foolishness Comedy Show. The world's world's #1 clean comedy show.
Welcome back, everybody. You are still tuned into The Lowdown. Now, the next guest, you're going to see him on season 2 of Funny Not Famous. Y'all give it up for comedian Curtis Bateman. There he is. There he is. My man. What's going on, sir? Very hard. Now, I want to tell everybody at home, you're not just a normal comedian. I say normal, and I use that word very loosely because here's what I mean. Okay. You choose to do clean comedy.
I do.
Gotcha. You do it, man. And you know how I roll. Okay.
You get down.
Yes, sir. You got a censor button right now. Then they're like. No, but
what next for Curtis Bateman, the person, not the comedian?
Oh, wow. So what's next for me is, in all honesty, I want to start traveling.
There you go.
I'm gonna be honest with you all. I'm almost 40 years old. I've never been on a plane.
Oh, wow.
So I believe this year is gonna be the year I'm gonna finally jump on a plane.
Okay.
It's a personal goal for you.
Yep, it is.
I got you.
Definitely.
I got you. Your family or just Curtis?
I'm gonna bring it with me.
You bring it with me? Yeah. We on TV. You might want to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it with me.
Yeah, of course you're bringing them, man.
I got to now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
My main man, Curtis. What is something that the internet may not know about you?
Oh,
they may not know about you.
What's not out there that people might want to know?
You know, I used to play basketball growing up. I used to run. I know I don't look like it no more. I used to run a little bit.
Sorry, I apologize.
Yes.
I had a judgmental spirit on that one. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I can see it.
Yeah.
He did.
What is going on? I'm back, man, with Tim Allen here on the Str8foolishness comedy podcast. Tim, before we get out of here, man, I just want to know, bro, what you got next? What you got coming up next? Like, I know you're doing some acting. I know you're doing some other things, man. Let the people know where they can find you, how to find you, and what you got going up next.
Yeah, of course, man. On Facebook, Tim J. Allen. On Facebook, you can find me there. On Instagram, The Black Tim Allen. Straight through, no underscores, anything like that. The Black Tim Allen. But yeah, man, I'm dropping, we are dropping, I'm gonna say we are. Some shorts, man. We're gonna drop some shorts, man. We got it coming. We dropped one this week. So chime into my page, comment, tell me what you think about it. Shout out to Andrew Dozier. Shout out to Tatamy Production, Daniel Tatamy on the back end with this. But we just kind of come in with some different flavor of just energy, acting, because for me, I know I do comedy, but I really want to stretch my talents outside of that and present people with something just outside of the fun, you know. We want to bring a little bit of emotional characters, drama, of course, comedy, paying homage to those type of energies, but yeah, we're coming with it, man. Again, Arm Bingo, if you do not know, I am your host for Orlando's best entertainment center, man. Shout out to T Games Entertainment. R, the letter N, Bingo. We're going to be at the Steinmetz Hall at the one and only Dr. Phillips Center, March the 10th. So make sure you hit the link at RNBingo, rletterNBingo.com for your free tickets. Come out, rock with us, man. It's a great time. We're making history, man. We're making history. People like us don't often get these type of stages, especially locally. So make sure Orlando area, Florida surrounding areas and cities, make sure y'all support this, man. We're going crazy and we're going to keep it rocking.
That's what's up, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow, man, Tim Allen on all his social media pages. Hey, we got a special guest who that stopped through tonight. Hey man, y'all put y'all hands together for man Darius Kerrison. Y'all shout out to Darius Kerrison. What's up, Darius?
What I like or comment,
What's going on?
No, get your intro. No, you know intro. No, my intro. No, you go ahead. Get your, no, we ain't talking about you.
What's going on?
Get your side, Curtis. No, we back. We go.
They want me.
Hey, Curtis, call me the fire man. Yo, I don't even know. Just say the fire man.
The fire man. He about to bring. He about to bring. Man, listen. So listen. I'm gonna let my audience know. We were having a conversation the other day, and the conversation we've been having is talking about comics and compensation, resumes. What's represented? So, like, you know, from the standpoint of I'm a comic and I'm a promoter, so I got two different avenues at one time, so I can see it from two different places. So we were talking, man. I was talking to Tim. I was talking to Darius. Darius from the House of Laughter, and he does his own shows out in Eustis, Florida. And we were talking about, like, what does it take to be booked, and why should a person pay you the number that is? Am I on point, or y'all can summarize it better than what I can? Go ahead, Tim.
Let's present our arguments.
Go ahead, bro.
So that people understand fully. So it wasn't about straight compensation. The question that I raised was, what is the difference between a comedian or a DJ? That was my example, DJ. But it could be any other office.
You didn't say that. You said that.
So why is the compensation, the expectation of compensation different with a comedian than what you would be willing to pay a DJ or a singer, etc.? I feel like my argument was, I feel like it's two of the same. They are both artists in their own right. There's work ethic that goes on outside of what people see. So as far as compensation, why is the community of comedians, why is the culture, we're so accustomed to doing a $50 show, right? Or is people batting their eye if we want to charge more than $200 to come and do 45 to an hour, but yet you're willing to pay $800, $900 for a DJ to come in for $3 with their, you know, whatever, and then do their set. And it's like, okay, that's what comes with the game. What's the difference?
Darius, what's you you laughing, man? What's your take?
Hey, listen, man. A DJ has equipment. He has the sound. He sets the vibe. Curtis, we was just at a show where it was we'll call him a push button DJ.
Yeah, fact.
Somebody who I consider your DJ that be a DJ who DJ.
Mm.
Now, you seen how important the DJ was at that moment.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
I feel like, bro, for a comedian, so let me say this. It's some comedians out there in this world who, bro, they can just pull up and do that thing off the cuff and tell them on down, bro. Like, it's some special ones out there. But I feel like it ain't too many, bro, who ain't gonna come in and tear down if the atmosphere ain't right. If the sound ain't right, you don't got nothing. So okay. You have to pay your more.
But so the same thing. If those DJs are out there, cannot a same person impersonate a DJ? Can they not impersonate bringing that same energy? If you have a budget, so you take yourself out of it as far as what your potential budget is. I'm saying as a local, this is my argument when we talk, right? Let's just say you're a person who want to have a simple birthday party. I'm celebrating my mother's 50th party. I'm a 9-to-5 dude, have a lot of money, I just want to know what the market is for your time. What can I pay this? Why is that person batting an eye at a comedian when they say, okay, well, you want a 45 to an hour material for your birthday party? Yeah, I'm gonna be about 6, 7.
Because the market, it ain't. Because it's not.
But then if they call a person that says they're a DJ, this could be a DJ from some local restaurant, some bar. They might not spin like everybody else, but because they're a DJ, it's okay to accept their price of, oh man, I see you at this bar, or your DJ, what's your price? Oh, I'm 800, 900, depending on the trial and equipment. Oh, I'll pay that. What's the difference?
So
You're paying someone for the, but bro, you're paying someone for their time and their effort. So I think that you're stuck on, again, what you're used to when it comes to, okay, boom, there's DJs out there. We're not talking about that. That's cool, that's great. There's DJs also out there paying or charging the same rate, but can't do nothing that they really, you know what I'm saying, to equivalent to what they charge. So it's like, but the culture, you're gonna pay that person, the one that's flies and like, oh, I can really spend like that. My time, my equipment, boom, 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 and they come in and just push play. But the culture isn't designed to say or challenge him on, well, I didn't think you do nothing. Oh, but you say you DJ, oh, you can automatically charge me this price bracket. But as soon as a comedian who is great, who is funny, he's local, he might not be no big name, but why can't he charge for his time and his effort over $500? Why can't he charge $800?
Darius?
Well, again, even if a DJ is faking it like that, he still has equipment. He has the sound. So you mean to tell me a comedian bring more value than a DJ at that point in time? If I'm having a birthday party in the building and it's no sound enough, you mean to tell me the DJ is supposed to get paid more than the comedian?
Brother, I've done rooms where there wasn't no sound system. I've done parties where there was no sound system. You're expected as a comedian. Brother, this is my thing. You have music. This is nothing again. My stance is nothing against DJs. This is just my example. So I don't want this to go out and people thinking I got something against DJs. No,
everybody just talking, bro. Everybody just talking.
No. This is just my example. Because again, we're talking about price bracket, price expectancy, and the culture of what's out there. Right. So my whole thing is, as a comedian, we're not giving anything, though. Like, we're not giving anything. If you got a CD player to bring me up to, I'll take it. Just to set the tone because it's music. But at the end of the day, if you don't have that, we still have to perform. Why? Because the person that booked me is asking for an half hour, 45 to an hour of material raw, and I have to be funny. You don't like a DJ because what? He didn't mix the music the right way? Because you was ready for a vibe, and then he did it. Bro, what can a DJ do wrong? For me, it takes a lot for a DJ to do wrong, bro.
Now let me say this.
Bro, it takes a lot.
Hey, let me say this. Now we were just at a show. I don't even want to say the place because you know what I'm saying. I was just at a show the other day, and when I tell you, this DJ, he did a lot wrong. The first thing he did wrong was for coming. He should have just stayed at the house. If I can keep it $1 million with you.
What did he do? Get to the point. What did he do?
What did he do was he didn't have the sound right. He didn't do what they paid him for. I'm on the stage, okay? This is the microphone making all kind of noise. I turn around. Listen, I turn around to get his attention. Where he gone? I don't know if he going to drive Uber or what, but he ain't nowhere to be found. So number one, he didn't get there in a timely fashion to set up to make sure he was straight. Number two, he didn't make sure that the things that he had was on point. So he made my job as a comic that night. So, bro, I put the mic down and just started speaking out loud. Had to.
So, I get what you're saying. We gotta find a median layer, a standard of this conversation. Because the same thing can happen to a comedian that don't know what he's doing. A comedian can't read the room. I'm talking about a performance level where the price bracket expectancy. This is where I knew we messed up when we talked about this the first time. There needs to be a median level. No, I'm serious, because we get lost in translation because we bring in an example of a low-level DJ and want to compare to a low-level comedian. I'm talking about same bracket. It could be a local person because I want to speak on Darius, what you said.
Okay. So give us an example.
I'm telling you, there's local DJs that are talented in their lane that do what it does. Like they your resume, they at this club, that club, they on the radio, they wherever. I understand that. There's comedians doing the same thing. Where they work with. Bro, come on, man. Bro, there's comedians out here that's local, bro. There's local comedians. I'm not gonna get the name dropping nobody because I don't want to forget a name. So I don't want to start name dropping and then somebody feel disrespected. And then
hey man, real quick, shout out to Bobby Rowe. Pastor Bobby Rowe.
I'm not gonna get no name dropping. The moment you forget somebody's name, they gonna start feeling like you were in that bracket. No. There's comedians, dog, and you know what I'm talking about, bro. Because you book comedians. But there's professional comedians that's out there, bro, where at the end of the day, man, you can pay them at least what they ask. Now I do feel like there's some people that overthrow their price and they don't understand the market and the temperature of who they're dealing with. That's a whole other ballgame. But why are we up here surprised and we're more willing to book a DJ for $1,000, but you can't book a local for $1,000 when it comes to comedy? If you know
because when it's on that level, 9 times out of 10, the DJ coming with equipment.
It's pure entertainment, though, dog. It's pure entertainment. We come with nothing. A comedian come with nothing.
Brings more value. But in that moment, though, the DJ brings more value.
Dog, bro, you can build, bro. I've been on part of shows, dog, where you got to build that junk from the room up. Like no DJ, no mute. Like you got an aux cord. And the aux cord, you got to deal with it. At the end of the day, a pure comedian, dog, is gonna flip that room upside down. No music or not. So I understand that, but it's like when that happens, we're not gonna tip that comedian and say, man, I know you gonna rock it like that. Let me give you this. No, you stayed on booking him for the $300. He said, okay, that's cool. But there's not. I'm just saying, culture-wise, bro, it's gotta change because there's comedians out here that can rock, and even you know what I'm saying. And it's just like. I want to again bring up the points that you were saying. You were like, okay, well, what comedian if I'm gonna pay a comedian $1,000, he gotta fill up this amount of seats. What DJ you booking filling up 1,000 seats?
Okay.
None. You the promoter.
Okay. So hold on. Exactly. So in that moment, it is some DJs, bro. If you book them, people coming for them. They movement is just as strong. If you book them, bro,
1,000 so you can book an amphitheater, and off the strength of one DJ or two DJs, you gonna fill that up just off of DJs alone. No lineup, just off of DJs. He gonna be DJing.
It depends on who the DJ is.
Darius, come on, dog. Come on.
It depends
we talking about in the city. We ain't talking about no big name, no rave party. I'm talking about in Florida.
So what? Okay, if that's the case, then it's no comedian, bro, that's gonna be able to do that.
And that's fine. There's no DJs. That's what I'm saying. So my whole thing is why are we more willing to pay a DJ? Because he's carrying equipment? So what? So as a comedian, I gotta carry my own mic stand, my own mic, and soundboard for y'all to sit here and pay me $800 to $1,000. That's what you're not gonna. You're not gonna come with that. But now, if we're talking about regular birthday, if we're talking about regular birthday party, bro, like nobody. I ain't gonna say nobody ain't gonna pay. But just for me, just always thinking from a promoter standpoint, if you put money out there, the name of the game is to win. So if you say you want $1,000, bro, and I tell you no. Hey, bro, that's what it is. You're not gonna get what you want. You get what you negotiate, unless you're number one in the game. When you're number one, you make your own price. Darius, we comparing DJs to comedians. Why is the expectancy you're willing to pay a DJ more than what you're willing to pay a comedian?
I'm telling you my why. Because 9 times out of 10,
you saying what?
Man,
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. You repeating yourself.
Man, shout out all the DJs, man.
Again, this is nothing. Again, bro. When you cut this, let them know. This is nothing. This is an example. Because again, I see the culture of the city, and I'm like, okay, well, these DJs are working in this room, but the same hustle that we have as comedians, they have. But their market is allowing them 200, 300 shows per night. So a DJ can book a night from Wednesday to Sunday averaging per booking no less than $200, $300.
Okay.
But a comedian,
So
if I book a show from a Wednesday to Sunday per night, if you're not a headliner, if that, you're still averaging almost, dog, I'm sorry to say this, less than what, $25, $50, maybe 75 as a host.
not a house, not a house, yeah, not a house of laughter.
I'm not talking about house. I'm not talking about house of laughter. I'm talking about the industry of it. It's just so my thing was why is the culture?
Okay.
Why is the culture built on that?
If that's the case, then if it's built on that because all the other comedians they taking the same thing. Same thing go for a DJ, bro. If all the DJs, if you only get what you negotiate out here.
I'm gonna spend.
So if Tim getting booked for 2, Curtis getting booked for 2, and then somebody come behind you and say, "Well, I do it for 1." To them, that's gonna be the new market. It's the same thing, bro.
But so hold that what you just said. I agree with you. I disagree with you. But my problem is, why did they book that person that came with the lesser value? Use that same narrative and substitute a DJ. Would you say, "Oh, I'm looking for a DJ," and then you get these recommendations and they give you the price? Okay, my price is this, and then you tell me you gonna say I'm gonna go with a lower, lesser person?
Well, that's strictly, that's anything. Okay, let's talk about.
But the DJ not the same conversation. This man not gonna lower his value to book the DJ. He gonna be like, "Oh no, no. I already know what's gonna come with. I'm gonna go with the higher one." Like, why is that the same with comedy? If you want a quality event and a quality show, then pay the bread. Pay the comedians the bread.
And bro, and with me being a comic, like I said, I see both sides of the field. Cause bro, I'd have told both of you all. We'd had a conversation where I've had people see that I have a printing company. So what they try to do, they try to finesse. Hey, I'm not gonna pay you what you say you worth.
You ain't gonna get out like that. Show wise. We ain't talking about t-shirt. Go to show wise. Your show.
Go to show.
Straight foolishness.
Understood.
Straight foolishness. And you gotta go off of that.
Well, I mean that.
So if a comedian tells you, "Kurt, hey man, my number's $1,000."
If a comedian tell that to me personally, they tell that to me if I'm booking them.
Okay, hold on. That's a little. I'm gonna say that's a little quiet.
Come on, man. We're gonna go to post. We're gonna go to post. You saying the same thing?
Okay, what?
Man, go ahead.
So go ahead, bro. Ask your question, bro.
Okay, so who you paying more, the DJ or the comedian?
Me personally, I'm going. This is Curtis Bateman. I'm paying the DJ more. This is why. No, bro. Let me explain. I'm paying the DJ more. Number one, because DJ set the standard. When people walk into my show, that music brings the vibe. The music brings the vibe. And even though I'm a comic and I do bring people at the end of the day, bro. Most comics, if we keep it $1 million, they don't bring nobody because I book them all the time. Yeah. And I pay $300-$400. Now you can't tell that to a man who's giving cash. I paid $300-$400 for a comic and they don't fill no seats. What do you want?
Oh my God. The expectation of a comedian in 45 to a half hour is the same expectation y'all got for a DJ for 3 hours. Y'all want a comedian to do the same work a DJ can do for 3 hours. I'm 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes as a comedian to make this room shake. Pay this man.
Listen, bro.
It's on you as a promoter, bro, to know who you're booking. If you know you scouted out this talent, if he's not worth what he's telling you, then you choose not to pay this man. But if you see this brother working, is he putting the time in? The craft is there. Pay the man his number. Why y'all batting high when this dude ain't about bringing in seats? Because the DJ don't bring no seats. So don't tell me about no bringing no equipment. Because if
not in the business of booking with your heart.
If we say no. If we have the same standard, hold on. If we have the same standard for a DJ as we do a comedian, then that means comedians now better rise up now and charge $1,000 a booking Because we bring our own microphones,
and they want
sound systems.
and they want. Well, this is
Bro,
okay.
if we having the same standard, what we talking about?
So concerning what I'm telling you, what I've experienced as being a promoter within the last 3 years, bro, comics don't even freaking share flyers. You understand what I'm saying? So it's what, bro. Anytime I put on a show, I let people know that this ain't just my show. Now it's our show. You know why? Because I have put my money and my time in you. When I book you, I promote you because I make a personal flyer. I do X, Y, and Z. Bro, I even do it for the DJ. So, bro, like I said, I understand both aspects. But my aspect is, bro, number one, I don't kill nobody's number. I never kill anybody's number. But if it's unrealistic, like, bro, if somebody say that again.
Does the DJ share the flyer?
Yes, my DJ does. My personal one does.
I'm talking about your DJ. I'm talking about, does the DJ, from your expectation of what you're looking for the comedian to do, does the DJ, from what you see, are they posting the flyer consecutively enough to feel like they're filling up seats because they're going to be there? Is the expectation on your DJ to bring people?
I can only tell you from the guy I work with.
Talking about that.
I don't know about others because I'll be lying to you. I'll be lying.
And I hear you. So I'm talking on that level. We gotta talk about the culture. I understand what y'all do. I'm not talking about personal. Take yourselves out of this. I'm talking about the culture of what we're talking about. The conversation. The culture is, why is the expectation higher and quicker to book a DJ who brings just as much talent? I don't care about your equipment. That's fine. There's more. Brother, there's your work, brother. No, but you expect the same thing out of a comedian. But you want a comedian to come in and do a hot 20 or to host a show. First of all, let's get on this topic. Because the hosting a show is way more work than the headline. You got to keep the energy. If an opening act bombs, you keep the energy.
I agree with that.
So at the end of the day, if a host tells you or asks you, yo, I'm going for 800. Are we not going to book this host that's working the entire night? Be there early, sound check, intro the lineup, making sure that this runs good. The host is just as much equal. It's almost an executive producer. So that's my thing. Why is the expectancy when you put the name comedian on the label? Why is it different from a DJ?
Hey,
it's the same.
So in that case, then it shouldn't be no difference between a private booking and an industry booking. It should be the same thing. It should be the same thing across the board.
That's
so
what I'm trying to
if I feel like I'm 800 here, it should be 800 over there. But if I go see you take 800 at Walmart, and then you go over there and do $80 at Walmart,
right?
And then come to me and want to charge me 800. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I want the same price Walmart got.
I can understand that.
That and brother, we all know.
But I can answer.
Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead. Hey, go ahead. We gonna wrap it up. Go ahead.
Of course. I know I always stay my welcome. I can answer that. And so again, when it comes to a private booking, bro, I get that. But and you know this as well as I do, Darius. If I cut you a deal, right? You a promoter. You a private promoter, right? You independent. You're not on some syndicated franchise comedy club, whatever. You're independent owned, right? House of Laughter. So if you call me and you say, hey man, I have a budget, what's your number? I give you my number. Let's say you might not add up to that number. Because you do this. I'm promoting you right now. You do this. You're gonna come as close, you're gonna honor that number as close as you can. Because you are a private production. You're funding this all on your own. So as a creative, now I will put that on the creative and the artist, whether you're a DJ, whether you're a comedian. I would now say, okay, boom. If this private individual who's funding his own stuff, if that's his market, then let me honor that and do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when it comes to a franchise spot where you're trying to bring your name in, such as your improvs, such as your comedy zones or what have you. Because again, their comedy club price is their comedy club price. I can't be mad because they're bringing in these headliners or a Hollywood individual for whatever package. But as a resume spotlight, if I gotta take these $50 per night just to build a resume off of this person's name to say I work with this person, you can't judge me back off on that. But on the back end, I'm not going to take the opportunity and say, oh, well, for $50, I work with Hollywood, and now I want to charge you $1,000. No, you got to honor what that person independently is bringing you. If you're humbly telling me, hey, man, I got this production, House of Laughter, we do this, we do that, y'all can come and negotiate. So we never gonna disagree on that. We never.
Okay, so let me say this. Now, if I know mainstream pay this 50, 75, 150, right? Anytime I pay over, that's just me just being a good person. Because at the end of the day, business just gonna be business. I want the same price they got. And it's either gonna be either we gonna rock it or we ain't. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, D, but it's not gonna be the same because your track record has to show that you brought in someone of, and I hate this word, Curtis, please forgive me, I hate this word, but exposure. Because local talent is going to look at it as, did you bring in this Hollywood person? Did you bring in this person from Netflix? Did you bring in this person from boom, boom, boom? So when it comes to you as an independent promoter, an independent company, you can negotiate. You have way room. You have enough room to negotiate to say, hey, I have an influence and an impact that brings value for you. Hey, are you willing to negotiate? But at the end of the day, you can't.
Numbers is not a leverage point.
When it comes to what an artist is going with the interpretation from a comedian, no. The interpretation is they're gonna take a improv gig over yours.
Well,
unfortunately, I've seen this.
They're gonna take an improv gig
because of who the headliner is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
bro,
not about the pay.
I mean,
because their mindset is the I'm gonna let you talk, Kurt, my bad, but their mindset is the exposure value, the opportunity to meet this particular individual from Hollywood. I'm gonna get paid $50 for my time just to talk with this person here. But locally, individually, if you book me for, let's say, $200, your price might be a little different depending on if you spent all this time, all these years working for $50 a show. For this Hollywood interactive, and you showed I work with this person, that person, that person. Then boom, it's going to translate now to, okay, I've showed you that I work with who I work with. This is the perception I'm giving out. This is my number. So you're telling me you're not going to book this person because despite who you work with at improv, I want the same deal you had at improv to my show.
Yo, that means nothing to me at that point.
Hey Darius,
that don't mean nothing to me.
Hey Darius, let me
hold on, bro. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you take it off.
I got you.
So listen, bro. So Curtis probably been doing, I'm gonna just say a consistent 250. I know I done did for the last 6, 7 strong, a consistent 280. I'm gonna give myself an average of 3. You know what I'm saying? So all the ones, bro, who did some of the improv with the chance to work with whoever it may be, $50, that has gotten them probably nowhere. If I'm gonna say maybe 100 comedians, it probably got them nowhere. They always end back up in the pot with everybody else. But I guarantee you, any comedian, bro, that come to House of Laughter, when you leave from there, I guarantee you got at least 20 fans. And if you got your stuff right, you're going to have 100 fans. If you go to Curtis' show and you have your stuff right, I guarantee you lead up with true followers. That ain't happening at the improv, bro, because everybody always coming and going. That's a tourist area. There's people who always be coming and going, bro.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, man. Both of y'all made some really good. Both of y'all made some really good points. To be honest with you, man, both of y'all made some really good points. I just think it's taken from the perspective, man, of every individual. My thing is, I just need everybody, the DJ, the comic, the whoever. My aspect is everybody do their part that help the show. Cause, bruh, the more seats you fill, the more you help me. And bro, I'm the type of person, and comments can tell you, I always overpay. I may tell you one number, but if I don't, I'm gonna try my best to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I've had situations where hotel rooms weren't right, this and that. Hey, but bro, I came back. You know what I'm saying? So it's about more than just the number. Sometimes it's about the respect. You know what I'm saying? About the individual. Listen, man, I want to shout out everybody tonight who jumped on with me. Man, shout out to Darius with the House of Laughter, bro. I appreciate you, bro, for coming through, man. Hey, Darius, get the people some final words before we head out.
Nah, Tim should do that.
I know, but I know he will. But I want you to say
my
something
episode,
too.
brother. You go out first. I close.
Okay, my bad.
Man,
Hey, man,
close my episode.
Go ahead, bro.
Again, man. You know, like we always say, man, the perfect time is now. Don't wait till tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Hey, none of us know how much time we got left here on this earth. So you know what I'm saying? If you dream to go to Italy, plan it out, man, and go. You want to start that business, plan it out. You know what I'm saying? Rock out. Hey, man, just go. God got all the stuff worked out for you already. He's just waiting on you. Take off, Tim.
Tim Allen, listen, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow my brother on Instagram at the Black Tim Allen. Tim Allen, man, what you want to tell the people, man, before you head out tonight?
Man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is the Straight Foolishness Comedy Podcast, man. Thank you to the House of Laughter, Darius, man. Appreciate you. Again, this is nothing personal, brother. This was healthy conversation.
Nah, bro, y'all.
No, I don't want people to take this and spin it. I know how people gonna do this.
Now we brothers, man. We brothers.
These are brothers, bro.
Yeah.
These are brothers, bro. Like, we had this conversation 3 days prior to this.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing hot news on the plate, feel me? And again, this is all just healthy conversations, man. We all have the same agenda, man, and we want to grow, we want to be better. And these are the conversations that's going to help that. Understanding everybody's position, how a comedian can I learn from a promoter standpoint, how can people listening to this, right, as a comedian, be inspired by this conversation? You know what I'm saying? I have my stance. What can you as a comedian do to challenge that stance to where we can change the narrative of why are promoters looking at us at such a low value? What can we do to build that standard up? Work harder, be funny, grind, you know what I'm saying, so that these promoters can look at us and take us serious, be a brand. You feel me? Understand that you are a brand, you're bigger than your jokes. You know what I'm saying? Work on that. So I think that's what I want that's why I want this conversation to be out there for people, man, because that's what's more important to me, man. Again, no love lost to DJs. I know a ton of DJs, please. I ain't trying to get canceled. I love Orlando DJs. Crop this in. I love Orlando DJs. It's just an example because I know the hustle that you guys put in, and I just want the same standard for our comedians, you know, because there are a group of us that work out there, man, and we hustle. I want that same respect, man. I want my same respect for my brothers and my sisters in the comedy game. So appreciate y'all, man. Kurt, thanks for having me. Y'all. I know I overstepped my welcome.
Man, you good, boss. You good, man. We had a great talk tonight, man. Very healthy. Listen, these podcasts is gonna keep getting more intense. We're gonna continue to have a good time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna get educated, and we're gonna talk about comedy and so much more. Listen, I want to shout out a couple people, man, tonight in the comments. Shout out my boy Jay Richardson. Jay Richardson made his debut at the House of Laughter a couple months ago. Hey, Jay Richardson said, I need $800 on my next show.
Get your bread, Jay Richardson. Get your bread.
Hey, $800, you better bring your own mic. You better bring your
own. Hey, the 800 come with your own sound system, bring your mic. Do that. But get your bread, dog. Get your bread.
Hey, but check this out. Hey, I want to say this here, though, before we get out of here. Hey, Tim, what you were supposed to do was that David Chappelle. You know how they had old boy on looking like a boomerang? Kurt, you know what I'm talking about? When the lady came on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about the can of Avion?
No. Yeah, man, you're supposed to, Avion Crack. I mean, not Avion Crack, but that David Chappelle. They had old boy on looking like a boomerang.
Hey, boy, they gonna have Tim in jail. No, sir.
Taking the right one. No.
Hey, man, we gonna get it. We gonna get it.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, before we head out tonight, man, I want to let everybody know that comedy is definitely ministry. I want to thank everybody once again for coming. This is the time of the show where I just stop and just want to thank God for giving us life, health, and strength to be here. Blessed, man. Thank God for these guys for coming on, for the opportunity, man, to speak to the crowd, the audience. I want to thank everybody in the comments. Shout out to Dobe Art who jumped on also. Listen, man, just like Darius said tonight, man, if you got dreams and aspirations, man, go after them. Listen, tomorrow ain't promised. If y'all look every day, somebody dying, somebody leaving. Man, take care of your health, take care of your wealth. Man, take care of yourself, all right?
This might be so true, Curtis. Quote me too. What did I say? Give me something I said.
Man, what did you say, bro? Go ahead, bro. What you said?
No. You quoted Darius. This is my episode. You quote what I said. Tell them what you learned from me.
Okay. Hey, here we go. Listen. I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said.
Start off with that. So what Tim said is.
What Tim said is, bring your own mic. To the company. So that's what he said.
All right. I'm gonna see my name good. All right. So now you gotta pay me. All right.
Hey, man.
Hey, all the comedians, man. There's Tim Allen. Mr. Tim Allen said, "Hey, be your friend." You be his friend.
I heard you, man. Hey, man, we done, bro.
You gonna get him back.
Hey, man, we done, bro.
Be your friend. Yeah. See, that's how you learn, Curtis. You quote the gas on my episode.
God, no. Hey, bro. Hey, I'm gonna have to bring you back. Next time I'm bring you back, nobody on here, just me and you. Hey, listen, man.
Just let me crash somebody else's episode. That's all.
I got you. Listen, man. Hey, this is your boy Curtis Bateman once again. Hey, y'all support me to the top. I got my cash out. $Straf. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. It's definitely been a dope time. Listen, we back next week. We're going to have a good time. And do me a favor. If y'all see these videos or my flyers or anything, share, help your boy get to the next level. It's your boy Curtis Bateman with Str8foolishness Comedy. Hey, go do something foolish. God bless y'all.
Straight foolishness.